So to start the walk, I've driven about a mile outside of Belmont in Lancashire on the Rivington Road, and now I'm heading up into the Anglezarke Moors. Hi folks, it's Nigel from Ambling Trails. So today you find me on Anglezarke Moor, which is part of the West Pennines. And I'm doing something which I try to do once a year in November, which is walk over to a memorial to a bomber crew that died in World War II. So as you can see, we've arrived at the War Memorial. This is at a place called Leadmines Clough, and that's down in the valley, down there. And we're at a place called, on a place called Anglezarke Moors, which is within the West Pennines. So the memorial is obviously in reference to the Wellington bomber crew that crash landed near here. In fact, they crash landed somewhere over in that direction. Now the event occurred on the Tuesday morning of the 16th of November 1943, and the only kind of eyewitness to it was a policeman who was actually in Chorley, which Chorley is probably about 5 miles in that kind of direction. And he was on night duty and just patrolling the streets, and he heard the engines of a bomber. And at first he thought it was maybe a German bomber trying to bomb the nearby Leyland works. But in actual fact, he then worked out, hang on a minute, that's only 200 or 300 feet in height above me. And he could actually hear the drone of the engine getting closer and closer. And when he looked up, he saw something kind of overtake him, go over the top of him, heading in this particular direction. And then literally minutes later, he heard first of all the boom of the aircraft hitting the ground, and He actually says he could feel the earth shake beneath him, and he was actually 5 miles away. He then saw flames and evidence of the crash, and he did note that it was actually 2:28 in the morning. Later that morning, with more of a search party, and eventually they did find the wrecked plane, as I say, over in that direction, in a near particular woods, and obviously there was full fatalities of the full crew.
Royal Australian Air Force Flight Sergeant Pilot Joe Timperon, aged 24, from Alice Springs. RAF Sergeant Eric Barnes, co-pilot, aged 22, from Nottingham. Sergeant Joseph Hayton Airgunner, aged 34, from Whitehaven. Sergeant Robert Jackson, Navigator, from London. Sergeant George Murray, Navigator, from South Shields. Sergeant Matthew Mounsey, Airgunner, from Leeds, aged just 19.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.